This is really a stellar group of multidimensional beings right here. I really do put clear energetical boundaries around this container, and I'm super honored that all of you have gathered and united for this journey. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So today, we will be covering a few things. Yeah, so I'll go through the agenda of what we're doing today. If you do need to leave early, I understand. Just make sure that you tune out of the practice with Sat Nam chant, and you can always come back and watch the recording. So today, we'll go over a little bit more what Kundalini Yoga is, why we do this for 40 days, why we wear white. We'll go over the container and the design of this journey, why this is heart-centered focus. We're gonna go over our tune-in practice, the mantra that we use to tune in and tune out. We're gonna cover the bandhas, the locks of the body that we're using in this practice. Then we will do a breath activation with the rebirth breath. And then we'll connect with our heart in a short meditation, and then we'll get to draw what our heart looks like on paper to be able to see where we start from. And then we'll journal for self-inquiry. We'll set some intentions for this journey, and we'll declare our commitment to ourselves for this practice for these 40 days daily. And then we'll close with a chant and a mantra. Okay. So let's dive in. What is Kundalini Yoga? So Kundalini Yoga is called the yoga of awareness. So this is what we are practicing when we're doing Kundalini Yoga, is to expand our awareness. Yeah, the awareness of our sensations, of our thoughts that are coming up, of our emotions, of what's going on within the body. And Kundalini Yoga is an ancient science for the expansion of consciousness. And we do this by raising the Kundalini energy through the energy centers, right? The chakras towards the crown. So from the root to the crown. And Kundalini is the coiled serpent at the base of the spine. Yeah, so it's like it lies there dormant, waiting to be woken up so that it can climb all the way up to the crown. And by mixing the prana, the life force energy, and the apana, which is the eliminating energy that creates pressure for the Kundalini to rise up within us. Yeah. And Kundalini Yoga is really a body technology. Okay, and we're using different technologies within that. So I like to say our body is like a computer. It's this very intelligent system that we can wire in different ways in order to produce different effects. Yeah, so in Kundalini Yoga, we're using mantras, which is sound current that we do with our voice when it vibrates, or internally within our minds. And we're also using mudras, hand gestures. We're using pranayama, so manipulation of the breath, and also kriyas, which means actions and movements. Yeah. And those kriyas are specifically designed for certain things. And so, yeah, this is all designed to wake up the Kundalini energy within us. And to give you a little bit of a history background of Kundalini Yoga, it's really a synthesis of many traditions. So the kriyas and the meditations are designed for developing like body awareness, and really to prepare the body, to prepare the nervous system and the mind to handle this energy of Kundalini rising. All right. So the more we practice for a nervous system to be able to handle big energies, the the more we're able to regulate our nervous system and expand our capacity to handle energy, right? So, yeah, many of the physical postures are designed to activate the navel, so our willpower, our spine, and also focal points of pressurization on meridians. So the meridians are energy points, channels of awareness within the body. Yeah. And through pranayama breath work and through bandhas, so the application of yogic locks of energy, we can release, direct, and control the flow of Kundalini yoga. So it's like learning to drive our really intelligent machine system of our body. And so Kundalini yoga was brought to the West by a man named Yogi Bhajan in 1969 to prepare humanity for the shift from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. Okay, so this shift from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age just happened on the winter solstice of 2020. Okay, and at that time when Yogi Bhajan was learning it or was bringing it to the West, like this technique of Kundalini yoga was passed down from teacher to students from in a very elitist way, because it was very secretive. Basically, it was a secret technology that only a few people knew, and you had to be a selected student to learn about this. But now it's more out there, thank you to Yogi Bhajan, who brought it to the West. So in this practice, what we do is we clear the subconscious mind. We are taken beyond the ego and within our hearts. And this practice also allows us to perceive the energy within and outside our bodies, so that we can unite our personal consciousness with the universal consciousness and really become a co-creator with the universal energies. Yeah. So to become an empowered creator of our reality. Does that sound good? So why do we do 40 days? To create consistency. And also the philosophy behind it is that it takes 20 days to break an old habit and 20 days of repetition to form a new one. So 40 days is the minimum that we work with a certain mantra or a certain kriya. And this can be also 90 days, 120 days. So there's specific number of days that we can also increase. So the more we work with the mantra, the more it's ingrained in our field, right? So the more it's programmed easily, and the easier it will be to reaccess it when you decide to go back to it. So, why do we wear white in Kundalini yoga? Maybe some of you can guess in the chat. Maybe some of you know already. But why we wear white, I'm going to spill the beans. It's because it reflects what is outside, and it reflects other people's energies like back to them. So this means that we're truly free to be ourselves. So the underlying reason that is that colors, they have an impact on your consciousness, right? Maybe you can notice this in your life and your surrounding. And where you wear them, it creates an action within the subconscious mind of inspiration and expansion. So there are three main reasons why we wear white. One is it enhances your aura, your auric field, right? So it is said that the color white has 1.5 feet additional aura when we wear it. And maybe you have noticed this when you see someone wearing white. It seems like their aura is perceived to be bigger. Okay. The other reason is that this allows us to go within ourselves, right? So Kundalini yoga is about introspection and learning more about yourself. So since white is a reflective color, when you choose to wear it, you can go within yourself. And also, it allows us to connect with others better. So when we wear white, people connect with you on a higher level. And as they approach you, they will have to concentrate on themselves. And that means that they change their manner and their perspective when they're talking to you. Isn't that fascinating? So wearing white in this practice is a yogi's choice. It's not an obligation. You're welcome to try wearing white while you practice and observe, or wear white when you go out, and just become aware of the reaction of people towards you, how they approach you. And yeah, during this practice, you can dress however you like, just so you know the practice will have the same effects and it will work the same no matter what you're wearing. So ideally, it is better to not eat before practice. So for most of us, this is in the morning. So if you can schedule your eating habits to be after the practice, it's definitely better and recommended to practice on an empty stomach with all of the locks that we're doing to activate the energy. Yeah, but if you want to drink any liquids, water, before this practice, this is totally fine. Okay. So about the container, and if you have any questions while I'm riffing, you're welcome to put it in the chat or raise your hand. So this container is our safe space, right? As a team of powerful warriors of love and light leaders. And this is our space to support each other. This is our space to learn about ourselves and to share our journeys authentically, right? Our struggles, our wins, our vulnerability. Let yourself be seen and heard here. Yeah. So ultimately, just be you. Just be you. I think this is one of my favorite cues when I guide people, is like, just be you, like, yes, sit up straight and just be you. So during this container, please keep sharing what is real for you. Yeah. So if something feels uncomfortable to share, I invite you to lean into that edge and to grow through it. Right. So this is such a powerful and safe space for really rapid expansion. So go ahead and find that edge of yourself and let it be witnessed in love. Yeah. So this will be our practice. So everyone will be assigned an accountability buddy for the 40-day journey. Okay. So someone to check in with about your practice, about what's coming up for you. And that way you can have this more intimate accountability buddy. Hey, did you do your practice today? How was it? What came up for you? Just offering this space for your accountability buddy to share what is present, right? And perhaps to practice your space holding as well. Also, feel free to reach out to me about your process and know that I'm here for you. So, your emotions, yes, I will choose your accountability partners, or spirit will. And your emotions are very normal to come up during this practice. So I just want you to know this. We're here to liberate those emotions, and they're very welcome to be felt fully, right? So if during the practice you feel emotions come up, please take a moment to feel them completely and to let them move through. sometimes there is power in keeping going with the Kriya until it's finished, and also ultimately honor yourself through this process. When thing with prana is like when it moves through density within our body, it can create some disturbance sometimes. And then that expresses itself as, whatever emotions come up for you, sadness, grief, anger, laughter, whatever it is, it's all welcome to be felt. This is why we're here. Yeah? So, oh yeah, so we cannot force Kundalini, the serpent, to wake up. It's really an energy of grace. And yes, we can knock on the door, but the handle is on the other side. So let's picture this for a moment. So let us simply trust this process that we're doing, knowing that it will bring up what it needs to bring up. Yes, all of your crying is so welcome in this space. So yeah, this journey is designed to liberate emotions, to open and to connect to the heart space, to get in touch with our infinity, right? Our eternal nature, to really strengthen our magnetic field, and to amplify our radiance. And to also practice true compassion. And that comes from me being me and you being you. And we'll touch a lot on compassion and forgiveness and love during this journey. So yogis choose to practice to gather their life force energy, to rise up, right? So we're rising our life force energy and to stabilize it at a new frequency of being, right? So we're rising the energy and stabilizing it, staying there. So every time we're expanding our field, the ego is gonna probably want to shrink back down. And the intention is to keep it there at the expansion. And every time we're expanding more and more. Yeah. So this is for a full embodiment of our divinity and to experience our oneness, to fully be in our hearts, not only in the practice, but in our daily life. So yes, we can acknowledge the pain and the suffering that's present. Perhaps for us, perhaps for others around us, there is intensity in this world right now, and we see it. We don't ignore it because we're all a connected web, right? But when we become a powerful creator in our personal power, we begin to source from another space, right? Another space, so that we can really start painting with a whole new other color palette, is how I like to see it. So how this journey is designed, just a little bit of an overview, is we're using these ancient technologies to attune ourselves to our eternal soul, the part of us that never dies. Yeah. And so how it will go logistically is that we'll have weekly sessions that are guided on Wednesdays on Zoom at 7 a.m. So we have another session live together tomorrow, and then we'll begin to do the full sequence of the practice that we'll be practicing for 40 days. And that means that on the other days that are not Wednesdays, we will be doing self-practice with a recording. Yeah. So that means that you are responsible for your own discipline to show up every single morning to practice. Yeah. and we'll keep you accountable for it. Also, every week we'll have a worksheet for self-inquiry to dive into. So this is the journaling part where we go deep into our hearts, deep into inquiring what is here. Okay. And in order to help with releasing emotions from the subconscious mind, every single one of you will get one private emotion code healing session with our guest facilitator, Marie-Ève Lemay. And she will be scheduling a session time with you during ideally the first week of this container, according to her availability and yours. And yeah, sessions with her have been so powerful for me, and I'm really excited for you to experience this from the beginning of the journey, so we can get the subconscious things out of the way, and then we work on the consistent practice afterwards. Okay, so the sessions will be recorded, and then they will be sent to your email and also posted in the Facebook group. And the self-inquiry worksheet will also be sent by email right after our Wednesday session. So please take time with those worksheets to do handwritten journaling. Yeah, this is all really an integrative part of the optimal journey that we're creating here. Yes, we're meeting at 7 a.m. PST tomorrow as well. And we'll be going through the full Kundalini yoga sequence. That should be about 50 minutes. That is designed to really open the heart. That has a meditation and some kriyas. Yeah. So why are we choosing to focus on the heart here in this journey of the eternal lover? So all the good facets of being are through compassion. And compassion, that is the heart center. It is the beauty, it is the dignity, it is the ecstasy of the human being. And if we can bring all of our actions through the heart center, then what is the result? It's forgiveness. And forgiveness is said to be the highest act of human intelligence and human existence. It is the highest act of self-realization, right? The forgiving self of the being, that is the state of compassion. And by making the mind to act compassionately, we really gain everything. And by love, this way of love, we can win the kingdom of this earth. Okay. And I can't wait to dive deeper into forgiveness and compassion with you guys. Okay. So at the beginning of every practice, we will tune in with a mantra. Okay, it's the mantra that we use to tune in at the beginning of today's session. So this mantra is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I'm going to write it in the chat and you'll also get it in a worksheet. So for creating consistency, it is, to answer your question, Kaylee, it is recommended to practice the sequence every day at the same time for you in your own life, just for creating consistency, although you are on your own. So with the recording, I mean, and so you can practice really whenever it works for you. Definitely recommend practicing it in the morning, although if one day you have to skip the morning and you still haven't done your practice, still do it at night. It's perfectly fine. As long as within the 24 hours of the day, the practice is done, we're golden. Yeah. Okay, so the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, at the beginning of the practice, we sing it 3 times. And this translates as, I bow to the creative wisdom. I bow to the divine teacher within. Yeah, Guru, which means teacher who brings the darkness to light. Okay, so when we sing this, with each of the words, we agree to bow to the energy of the universe, and we allow, and yeah, we also bow to everything that is within us. Yeah. So Om, it vibrates in the third eye, in the frontal lobe of the brain, but it does come from the fire within the belly. Yeah. So here we're bringing the power of the navel in to help with the deeper resonance of the sound. Yeah. And Om is the vibration that underlies all things. Okay. So you can try it on your own to vibrate Om and witness where you feel it in your body. Om. Letting it come from the belly. And really feeling the Om, like when we close our mouth and it like vibrates through the teeth. Om. Okay. And then Namo, which is a heart-centered sound. So we go from the frontal lobe to a heart-centered sound. Namo. So you can sing it wherever you are and witness where you feel this in your body. Then Gurudev, Guru, the teacher who brings darkness towards light, who enlightens the darkness, the name of wisdom. Yeah. Gurudev. And then Namo, the sound of compassion. Namo. Beautiful. So Om Namo Gurudev Namo. To tune in, we sing it 3 times. And that connects us to the golden lineage of teachers who have come before us. Yeah, it like taps us into this realm as we begin our practice. I can write out the meanings, yes. I'm going to copy paste in this chat, and you'll also get a worksheet where I break this down for you. So that one day, if you prefer not practicing with the live recording video, then you can also follow the sheet. Maybe you can print it and you can do it from wherever. Okay. So next thing is the bandhas, the locks. Okay. So each of the bandhas, they have a really deep and profound meaning. Okay. And activating them really unleashes an immense amount of power. And that's why we use them. So what bandhas allow is for us to release the tension and to also realign the spine. And it also teaches us to direct and release the Kundalini energy. And there are different types of bandhas. Okay, bandhas mean great, that means seal, means lock. And there's one main one that we're working with, and it's called the Maha Bandha. Okay, so this is the triple lock, the great seal. Okay, and in order to activate this banda, this seal, we're engaging 3 different parts of our body, 3 different centers. So first, the mula banda. Maybe you've heard this before. Maybe you like to joke about the mula banda. But the mula is at the root and where the sex organs are. Okay, so this is the root lock, and it helps to redirect sexual energy into creative and healing energy. It helps to really stimulate and balance the energies in the 3 lower chakras, which are connected with the rectum, the sex organs, and the navel center. Okay, so in order to engage this, you can feel like you're squeezing your anus, you're squeezing the base of your spine, and you're lifting it up and in. Okay, this is very deep, this is very internal. Okay, so sometimes I might say, pull your root, sex organs, navel in and up. That is engaging the mula banda. Okay, and then we have the Uddiyana banda, that is the abdominal lock. And this is the diaphragm lock. Okay, so it targets both the physical and the energetic barrier between our upper and our lower chakras, kind of the gate. And it's related and tied to the heart chakra as well. So the meaning of love, of compassion, of beauty. And with this Uddiyana banda, we can open this central chakra of our body, the heart, and start to really feel these emotions and to clear them in a stronger way. So we engage this Uddiyana banda by pulling the belly button in and up, and to engage the diaphragm here. Okay, so this can feel like pulling your belly button or your stomach in and up, right? And then the Halandara banda, which is the chin lock. Okay, so the triple seal, we're doing the Mula banda, Uddiyana banda, the diaphragm lock, and the Halandara banda. When they're all locked, closing the channels for the energy of the prana and the apana to mix, then we get the triple seal, the Maha band. Okay, this is a lot of Sanskrit word. Perhaps you have heard them before, but for this Halandara banda, it's like tucking your chin slightly back and down. Yeah, so this creates a lock in the throat. Beautiful. Awesome. So let's do it together. So as we take a deep inhale through the nose, apply the root lock, pulling the sex organs in and up, then the diaphragm lock, engage the belly, the diaphragm, and then the neck lock, and hold here, holding the breath in. And then practice releasing the breath now, disengaging the locks. Nice. This will really, when they're done well, this really is propulsating our practice to new heights. Okay. And the other thing is the breath of fire. We did it at the beginning. Perhaps you're familiar with it. The breath of fire is a form of pranayama, a form of breath control. And it's also known as the skull shining breath. Okay, so in Sanskrit is Kapalabhati. Okay, and Kapal means our skull, and Bhati means our forehead. So it means like illuminating, actually. Kapal, illuminating the skull. So what we do when we do fire breath of fire, Kapalabhati, is we're actively exhaling as we pull the navel in and up, and we have the Halandara banda activated, right? So that it forms like an ocean sound through, it's like this slightly engaging the throat. So the focus is on actively exhaling the breath as we pull the navel in and up, and The inhale comes passively and naturally through the nose. Okay, so we can give this a try. Inhale and exhale, breath of fire. Thinking of the navel actively pulling in and up towards the spine, the chin tucked in. Beautiful, and release the breath. Let us take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Beautiful. Let us sync up all of this information, and we will be moving into a breathwork activation to tap into our heart. So make yourself comfortable. You can have a cushion under your sit bones. That feels better for you as a position. And also adjust the way you need. It's not super comfortable for some of us to stay seated for a long period of time, an hour or more. So help yourself here by bringing a cushion under your sit bones, or to change from cross-legged position that we call easy pose to rock pose, which is on your knees. So you can switch, come to sit on your knees with a cushion as well, if you want to switch it up. Okay, so for this one, ideally we're in cross-legged easy pose, and we'll use the Gyan Mudra. Okay, so Gyan Mudra is connecting the index finger to the thumb at the finger pads and letting the 3 other fingers extend and be straight. So they're active, they're not fully relaxed, they're active. And then we're placing this Gyan Mudra on our lap, on our thighs, on our knees, wherever it feels good, to have a relaxed position with our shoulders rolled back and a straight spine. Okay, so this will be the position. And the breath pattern for what we call rebirth breath is through puckered lips. So through the lips being slightly rounded, we're going to inhale, sipping up the air all the way up, and then exhaling through puckered lips as well, but with a relaxed mouth. So it's a passive exhale through the mouth, all the way to the bottom of the breath. Okay, so for this rebirth breath, don't think too much about it, but we're aiming for the inhale to ideally be the same length as the exhale. So the exhale is not a forced, it's very passive, like relaxed. Okay, so for this rebirth breath, we'll use this Gyan Mudra on our thighs, this puckered lips breath, inhale through the mouth, sip it up, and exhale passively through the mouth. And for this practice, the eyes will be closed, and the gaze, which means your drishti, your internal focus, will be at the third eye, so this space between the eyebrows. Okay, so we'll activate this for 3 minutes, and then we'll tap into our heart center. If you have your journal close to you, or if you don't, you can grab it before we start this breathwork practice, so that when we get out of meditation, it's easy to draw. Okay, giving you a moment to come back to your seat. Mm-hmm. All right, so sitting up straight, closing the eyes, connecting the Gyan Mudra, and simply being aware of your breath. And in a moment, we'll begin together. So exhaling all the air out. And begin rebirth breath. Inhale, sipping up through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Full breath, filling up all the lungs. Keep going for one more minute. And after your next exhale, inhale through puckered lips, all the way up to the top, and hold the breath, engaging the root lock, the diaphragm lock, the neck lock, and gazing at the third eye, squeezing the spine, bringing the energy from the root all the way up to the brain center, and suspend the breath. Relax the shoulders, find stillness here in suspension. Keep holding if you'd like. And when you're ready, slowly release the breath exhale. And just be still for a moment. And bringing the focus to your heart space. Shifting the awareness to the space in your heart. And begin to visualize your heart. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Perhaps it has a color, a specific texture. Maybe you see some scars, some black areas. Perhaps someone is inside this space or outside the heart. Connecting with the heart, how it looks, how it feels. Stay here with your heart for a moment. Keeping your eyes closed, take a deep breath in through the nose. And slowly exhale through the nose. And as you flick your eyes open slowly, turn to your journal, grabbing a pen, and begin to draw your heart space. If you have colored pens, you can bring it some color. If there's some keywords, you can write them on your piece of paper as well. I know we've got some beautiful artists in this group, probably drawing a masterpiece right now. Beautiful. If you're still drawing, please keep going. If you're done and you still have your journal with you, you might want to write these prompts down. I put them in the chat for you, and you will also receive them by email. But I wanted to take a moment to tune in with gratitude. This is a major key to the heart center, is to tap into our gratitude every single day. So the question here is, what am I grateful for today? And sometimes I laugh when my teacher says, if you can't find anything that you're grateful for today, just be grateful if like you're depressed, and just find gratitude for your awareness that you're depressed. So there's always something to be grateful for. Yes. If some of you want to share your drawing in the Facebook group, you're totally welcome to do that. And so at the end of this journey, we'll also be drawing our hearts, and we'll be able to see the shift from when we started this journey and then when we will end this journey. Okay. So the other prompt, so I love to do prompts from a state of gratitude, right? So now we're in our heart, we know what we're grateful for, we're connected to that. And then you get to write about yourself in 40 days, to describe yourself in 40 days. So what is the transformation that you'd like to see happen? Who do you want to become? How do you want to feel? How are you going to move into your body, into the world, through life, right? Using I am statements. I am radiant. I walk with grace. I am open to divine encounters. I feel like there's miracles everywhere. These are just examples. You write your own. Yeah. And there's the power for the subconscious to write it with a pen on paper. We're anchoring this into our subconscious by writing it down. Okay. So the next inquiry is, what are your deepest desires that you'd like to come into reality? What are you magnetizing through your heart? Perhaps it's a love affair with your own self, to be your own best lover. To find a sacred union, perhaps to show up as best we can for our children. What am I magnetizing from this compassionate, loving space? And also, how will I know that my heart is open? So I invite you to write this down. How will I know that my heart is open? So that we have a way of measuring our heart barometer. Beautiful. And then the last one is, what do I know now that I didn't know before? What is the golden nugget from today's practice? It can be very subtle. It can be a sensation in your body that you didn't know was there before. It could be something that you learned about yourself, that you learned about love. And this is a really powerful question to get to integrate what we learn every single day. What did I learn today? What do I know now that I didn't know before? Okay, gorgeous. I see some hands writing. So the last thing we will do is to express our devotion and our commitment to ourselves. Yeah, and you can write this down to anchor it down. And I also invite you to say it out loud, right? The power of our sound current, the power of our voice is creating our reality, is creating a vibration that ripples out into the universe. And this we can never take back. This is why we want to be so mindful and calculated with our words in life, with what we express. So you can write it down or repeat after me. I declare I am committed to this 40-day Kundalini yoga activation process. I am ready to release all that is holding me back from experiencing supreme love. Yes. Very good. And if you say it once and you seem unsure of it, perhaps you want to repeat it one or two more times until you really feel convinced by it. So, yes, I can totally repeat. I declare I am committed to this 40-day Kundalini yoga activation process. I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. I am ready to release all that is in the way that is holding me back from experiencing supreme love. And you can create your own. I am ready to magnetize all of my heart's desires. Yeah. As we develop a relationship with ourselves, we also develop our relationship with truth, God, the universe, and why not use the tool of our voice to declare to the universe what we want, right? To write our story as creators. So this was a beautiful session, everyone. I would love to close with a beautiful chant that is very heart opening, that is called Long Time Sun. And you will get this all in the playlist. So I already shared a playlist with you and I will keep sharing it with you. These are on this playlist songs that will really open your heart, mantras that are designed for that. So if you're getting ready in the morning, before your practice, I like to play some of those mantras. They just start soaking up your field and programming and unprogramming what needs to be there. And so long-time sun goes, may the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guides your way on. So I'm going to write this down for you guys. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guides your way on. Okay. And we're singing this 3 times with the song. So you'll follow along with the song. It's beautiful. And then we will sing the mantra Sat Nam to close this practice. Okay. So Sat Nam means truth is my identity. Yeah. So the only true identity we have is truth. It's our eternal self. Okay. So this is what it means when we close with this. I am truth. And it goes, we inhale and goes Sat, pronouncing the T slightly at the end, and then Nam, letting the M resonate as we close our mouth. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So we can put our journal to the side. Come back to a comfortable straight up position, bringing the hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. One more breath before we begin. Inhale through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Using your beautiful voice to sing. Time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you. inhale for Satnam. Sat. Satnam. Beautiful beings, thank you so much for showing up. We will meet again tomorrow, 7 a.m. PST on Zoom, same link. I wish you all the most magical day.